Hello everyone, Gary Ryan here for the Fed League Flash. Another video for Sunday, so I changed my hat. Yeah. So here's a look at the standings and the stars for the week. Just going to be a shorter video. Um, so when we're looking at the standings, tiebreakers aren't going to be really of any importance right now, this early in the season, but they will be later on in the year. So when we determine who's in what place, when there's teams with the same records, uh, the order goes by points, obviously, first, then wins, and then it goes by point percentage. So obviously, a team with more regulation wins is going to have a better percentage than a team that had a bunch of overtime wins. Um, and then head to head also factors in. So we already have one head to head factor. All right, so we got the Continental Division on the top in the blue, Empire Division in the red. The Columbus River Dragons, by virtue of their 3-game sweep over the Baton Rouge Zydeco, are currently in first place, 3-0, 9 points. And then you go to Motor City. They've played 4 games, but their percentage is a little bit lower. As you can see, they're 3-0-1. One more game played, but their percentage is a little less than Columbus's. All right, then we have head to head. The Port Huron Prowlers got the majority of the points this weekend against the Mississippi Seawolves. So even though both teams are 2-1-1, technically Port Huron's in third, Mississippi in fourth. All right, 6 points for those two teams. Carolina, of course, they just finished their first 2 games of the year, starting late, so they're 1-1 for 3 points. And then Baton Rouge yet to register a win or a point. It'll come. It'll come. All right. In the Empire Division, Binghamton again. They've got they've gotten at least a point out of every game they've played this year so far. They have the 4 regulation wins plus 2 overtime losses. 1 overtime, 1 shootout, but they're one and the same. So they have 14 points at this point in time. Danbury, they are 3-3, 8 points. And then we have Elmira with the 5 points. They've only played the 3 games, of course. And then the Blue Ridge Bobcats are 1-2-1, so there are 4 points. And Watertown 1-4, the 3 points. Now I know it looks kind of weird seeing Elmira with higher win percentage or point percentage than Danbury, but again, that's sometimes how it works out. And again, when we get to like early March, then we'll start seeing it being a matter of importance. So, all right, other thing for this video, we are going to be looking at my choices for top 5 stars. Now, this is not in any order. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As a matter of fact, I listed these guys alphabetically. All right. So that's how this works. But these are my personal 5 stars of the weekend. Starting off with Yanni Lariakos, who has 6 assists for 2 games. Not a bad deal. Lariakos, again, one of the best playmakers in the league. Next, we have Connor McCollum from Danbury Hat Tricks. He only played in 1 game, but he had the best goalie performance of anyone this weekend, saving 34-35. And now in 3 games, he's got a .952 save percentage. Of course, he's not going to be able to sustain that level of play, but it is important to note that McCollum has had a plus 900 save percentage in every game he's played so far. So, very good start to CMAC and the Danbury Hat Tricks. They have found their next goalie. Brandon Stanko from the Binghamton Black Bears. No big deal. Just 2 goals and 8 assists in 3 games and 10 points. No big deal. Stanko, yep. Going into this year, everybody assumed that his college and now pro line mate Connor Smith was going to have more points. No, it's Stanko. He is having himself a year. Yeah, we're only 6 games in, but leading the league in scoring and 10 points this last weekend in 3 games. Nice performance. Pavel Svintsov for the Motor City Rockers. What a wonderful surprise that Svintsov have been. Now, when you sign a PTO with a team, obviously everybody knows you're not going to be a slouch. But Svintsov has really made the most of his opportunity. I mean, here he is, a true rookie. He goes in the camp. He wins himself a starting position quite emphatically, in fact. He was signed to a regular contract before some of the veterans were. So the Rockers knew they wanted Svintsov on the team, and he is doing a great job. 2 goals and 2 assists this weekend in the 2 games. And then the last player, Cody Wickline for the River Dragons. 3 games played, 4 goals, 4 assists. Obviously, the River Dragons are a tour de force. But, I mean, you expected the really big numbers to come from Justin McDonald and maybe Pietro Antonio. Nope, Cody Wickline's leading the way. Basically, when Jacob Kelly was lost to the SPHL, everyone was wondering, well, who's going to replace that scoring talent? Apparently, it's going to be Cody. So, very nice weekend for all 5 players. Congratulations to them on getting a kudos from me, I guess. All right, so that concludes everything that I wanted to cover with you today, standings and stars. We'll try and do this every weekend if we can. If we can't get to it Sunday, we'll get to it on Monday. Much more calm week this next week. Not as many transactions because you don't have people trying to make all their roster cuts and everything. I mean, there will be transactions, but also only 7 games total for the weekend, so it's not going to be quite as busy. All right, tomorrow on Spotify, we are going to have first pick, I guess our first week in power rankings. And again, totally subjective. Everybody's going to have a little bit of a different opinion, a different take. I'll give you mine. And so that's going to be the first in a series. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on Spotify, we'll get to news and notes. Thursday, we'll also try and do some general previews for the weekend action ahead. So that's it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe for YouTube. Make sure to follow me on Spotify. Search for the Fed League Flash there. Make sure to download Spotify because there's a lot of great hockey podcasts on Spotify. Also follow me on Facebook. The Facebook page was the last thing I did of the 3. And boy, is that taking off. I believe I'm up to 390 followers now in just a span of about a month and a half. So thank you all. Appreciate it. All right. We will catch up with you tomorrow on Spotify. Hope to, not see you, but I hope you'll be there. And have a wonderful week ahead. We'll catch you on YouTube this coming weekend. Have a great week, everyone.